It's amazing colour. It's a fresh turmeric halwa. I've never done this before. I feel like I'm saying that a lot this filming round, but it's a Haldi halwa. It's a fresh turmeric halwa that a friend of mine gave me the recipe for. He's a chef in Delhi. So halwa is a sweet dish traditionally, and it's often made with semolina. It can be made with carrot. So fresh turmeric, it's not really sweet at all, very earthy and savoury. So we've got 250 grams of turmeric that Mamta washed and cleaned for us a little bit earlier, just while we were finishing up some other dishes. This is going to get ground down into a paste with a few tablespoons of water. I'll give it a blitz. I'm just going to pop this in here. And then the next step will be to similarly grind down the almonds until they're powdered. That's nice. So it's like an almond meal. At this point, what we're doing is just starting with ghee. Ghee is common for the base of halwa because it's quite sweet and creamy. Essentially, the only traditional spice we use is elaichi or cardamom, and then the jaggery sugar with the besan flour. That's the base. So 4 tablespoons of ghee is a lot of ghee, so this is going to be quite a rich finish. And halwas tend to be anyway. Okay. So we've got to wait till this heats and melts, and then I'm going to add the turmeric fresh in the haldi and then cook it down until the water begins to evaporate and the ghee splits and it starts to, until it's not raw essentially. So we want to cook the rawness out of it and some of the water out of it as well. So we're adding the turmeric now. This is going to spit. So medium flame at this point. And you can see this is going to take a few minutes to cook out, because as it cooks, there's going to be a little bit more water released from the fresh turmeric, although a lot of it did evaporate on impact with the stove. So that's, just turn it up a little bit. I want a bit of sizzle. As always, when you're cooking out the rawness of an ingredient, you're waiting for a textural change, and this hasn't got there yet. While this is cooking out, I'll just show you. So this is the turmeric rhizome, unpeeled and uncut. So you can see how it looks like a ginger, and in fact, if I get a piece of ginger, this is ginger and this is turmeric. So you can see how closely related they are. The difference being that when you cut this, look at that. It's beautiful. Now it's starting to change texture. It's starting to look a little bit more like a cake batter. Once it's cooked, it will come together into the middle of the pan. It's almost like a dough, which is really interesting. Turn it down a little. I'm going to add the masala at this point. So masala for this dish, as I mentioned earlier, 8 to 10 green cardamom pods. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all right. And we're going to crush this to release the On top of that, the besan flour, 1 cup. Jaggery sugar, 1 cup. And then the 3/4 cup of almonds ground down. Bring it together over, oh wow, look at the colour it's making. There, that's the texture of halwa right there. Just starting to come together. Excuse my messy stovetop. Oh my gosh, wow. It's amazing colour. Now once it's together, we're turning it off and just cooking it through on the hot plate, on the hot pan, but without any heat beneath it for a minute or two. I'm so curious as to what this tastes like. It's really rich, like outrageously rich, and earthy at the same time. What Ridda was saying earlier, what she was asking is how much fresh turmeric can you actually eat? I would say not very much. It's just intense. It's not that it's savory, it's that it's earthy, which is different. And the sweetness is there, but not in the traditional sweet intensity of halwa, which is normally like, it's toothacheing in terms of its sweetness, but not this dish. It's quite elegant, it's quite subdued. It's a little bit austere, I would say, but beautiful color. What sort of dish? Like, I feel like I need a little copper bowl or something, like mold. Haldi halwa. It's beautiful. It's just a lot.